Hello everyone, welcome to LOE Friday Talk Show. On behalf of LOE Africa and LOE USA, welcome our viewers from Uganda, United States, and around the world. After inspiring conversation with our international interns, we now continue our regular Friday series focusing on our program areas. Today's topic is immunization and nutrition. Joining me is Miss Winnie, our program officer head. Welcome, Winnie.
Thank you, Bosco. I'm glad to join you and our viewers on the discussion of immunization and good nutrition and how it saves lives and strengthens communities.
Wow, nice to have you once again. Immunization sounds to be a common word, but me and the audience would like to know what exactly it is all about.
Immunization basically is a process of protecting against common illnesses. It's a resistance that you bring into the body through vaccination, protecting the body from different diseases.
Wow. It is really amazing to hear about such an explanation, but what surprises me is that some parents hesitate, and yet it is something very vital that we need in our life. Then that again takes us to why parents hesitate.
Parents hesitate on immunization because of some of the discussions they be having together in the communities, the myths that are there in the communities as they're discussing with fellow mothers. So some of the things that you hear in communities that make mothers hesitate, first of all, it is the distances. For example, women in villages, health facilities are quite distant and immunization is a routine for children below the ages of 5. So you find that the mother is expected to be in the hospital every after a month. So you find that if the distance is long and the mother is a peasant farmer, they definitely depend on farming to feed or find something to eat. So the mother is going to choose to either stay in the village and dig instead of going to the health facility to get the immunization for the child. The other thing parents usually give as a hesitation is what they hear that the vaccine can bring about disabilities in the children. For example, some of them be believing that the child will become lame after receiving the injection. And also the other thing, they be thinking that the child will become sick or get a fever and acquire other diseases that we think that weren't there before this child was immunized.
Okay. On the conversation that we initiated, I sense nutrition is key in this discussion. Take us through the importance of nutrition as far as immunization is concerned.
So the advantage of nutrition is that nutrition as well helps on boosting the immunity of the child's body. For example, we have talked about that immunization brings resistance in the body from some infections or diseases. So as well as nutrition, if the child is feeding well, the child's body is going to be able to fight some of the infections even without getting treatment. So that is why nutrition is really, really important in these early stages of the children.
Thank you so much. One common concern I've come across in the community: parents wish to provide for their children and themselves good meals, afford good meals generally. But there is this other challenge of cost. Foods are expensive, this and that. Please take us through on the affordable meals that communities can afford.
Uganda is a rich country when it comes to foods. We have different varieties of foods which you can get anywhere and at a very cheap price. It's just that our communities, you find that if a mother or this family, in their peasant farming, they mainly grow potatoes. You'll find that they are not going to go out to seek other meals. They will be eating potatoes for breakfast, potatoes for lunch, potatoes for supper. So you find that potatoes are not bad, but the fact that there is no balanced diet in the house, they are not feeding on other different foods. So you find that the child is going to either get malnourished because they are missing other foods in their diet. But we have different foods that we can incorporate in our meals. Potatoes may fall under carbohydrates, but we also have the proteins, we have the vitamins. So I would encourage the parents that find fruits for their child. Fruits are there, the villages, there comes a season and the mangoes are everywhere. So we have the avocado, we have the vegetables. Like, the mother should ensure that as they are feeding their child, there is always a balanced diet. The fruits shouldn't miss. At least fruits are accessible, vegetables are accessible. Also, some of the proteins like rice, it is very accessible. So I would encourage mothers to always ensure that there is a balanced diet and not feeding on one meal.
Wow. I'm sure someone out there have been answered. Surely, in your explanation, it looks like you've answered this that I'm bringing forth. But then, we are here for clarity. I sense nutrition and immunization work together. Again, take me through that.
Yes, like I said, immunization is a way of making the body resistant from some of the common illnesses that affect children. And nutrition also, on the other side, boosts the body's immunity as long as the child is feeding well. So you find that some of these common infections can be fought by the body without necessarily seeking treatment. So that is the correlation with immunization and nutrition.
Wow, it is really a privilege. I'll keep appreciating your presence here. Then also, let's look at community, because we are discussing immunization and community. Now we want to engage the community. Which role should the community play as far as these two key matters are concerned?
The community should always ensure that once the government or organizations have come in their place, they are encouraged to always participate in these services. The government always 6 months, every after 6 months, mass immunization is carried out in our communities. So us as community members, we should ensure that we always participate in this immunization process. It is for the good of our children to ensure that they are not dying, or they are not going to die from some of these common illnesses, yet immunization is available. So I would encourage communities to always participate in the programs and always encourage mothers that when the time has come for the child to go back for their immunization routine, they should always ensure that they go back to the health facilities. If the husbands need to remind the women, or the women need to remind their husbands, they should always ensure that the child completes the routine immunization.
Thank you, Wayne, for it is really insightful discussion. If this conversation has helped you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow LOI Africa and LOI USA across our platform. We also warmly invite supporters, donors, partners, volunteers, researchers, and interns from all over the world to join in and advancing health education, access to justice, climate actions, hope, and dignity. Together, we can transform lives. Visit our social platforms to learn how you can get involved. Thank you for watching, and join us again next Friday.